Hello dear fans, friends and subscribers. Welcome to the cricket show as usual with your host Ram. Well, on this cricket happening show, two matches right now happening while I'm talking to you. So it's basically you can say that I'm out here with a cricket update. Well, the match that is being played. First, let's get on to the Investec Test series between England and New Zealand. This was the second Test match, and unfortunately, the start was not good because of the rain, and one had to wait after lunchtime to actually get the session underway, and finally the session got underway. And this was the second Test match within Investec Test series, which was played at the Headingley in Leeds. And as I said, rain was something which was preventing the start of the game, and finally the rain gods relented after lunch, and finally the match started. Well, the match started with England actually winning the toss, and Alistair Cook looking at the conditions, and rightly so, inserting the opposition, New Zealand, into bat first. Now, just talking about, while I'm talking to you, I do see that the New Zealand score reached 102 for 3, and McCallum has actually edged the ball from Stuart Broad through the third man region for a boundary. So I'll come back to that. But let's have a look at what happened. As far as the teams were concerned, it was England going with the unchanged side, as it's a winning combination for them. And as far as New Zealand were concerned, yesterday there were doubts about Watling and Anderson, but Watling stood the test very well, so he was passed today, but Anderson failed, and it was Luke Cronchi who has taken the place of Anderson. So I'm sure Luke Cronchi is going to be fielding in the center of things, but BJ Watling, who is a very good wicketkeeper, will be keeping wickets, which is good to know. So New Zealand were the ones who were put into bat first, and all eyes were on James Anderson. But today, contrary to earlier practices, we saw that the first over was bowled by James Anderson. We saw that because of the rain that had actually fallen, there was definitely a real nip in the pitch, and also we saw that there was great movement going on when Anderson and Broad were bowling. And well, as I said, all eyes were on one man, and that was James Anderson, because people were waiting for that to happen at Headingley, Leeds. And finally that happened in the third over of the New Zealand innings, when James Anderson angled the ball to Martin Guptill outside on the off stump, and Guptill actually pushed at it, and the resultant edge was taken by Bell in the slips, and that was wicket number 400 for James Anderson, this wonderful English cricketer, the first person from the English team to actually take 400 wickets. What a milestone for James Anderson, truly deserved so. He's worked hard for it, and he also becomes the 12th player in the annals of Test history to go past the 400 wicket mark, and besides that, he's also the 8th fast bowler to do so. So that was a big joy for England there when James Anderson took his fourth wicket, and we saw that there was a real huddle, like everybody gathered around James Anderson. Why not, to congratulate him? So Martin Guptill was gone for a duck. After that, Kane Williamson, and as soon as Martin Guptill got out, once again we saw that the rain god started intervening into the game, and there was a brief break, and then the match started. The match started with Kane Williamson coming into bat and joined Tom Latham at the other end. Well, once again, after the rain god, once again another similar delivery was produced by James Anderson, and that was wicket number 401 for James Anderson, as Williamson got a ball, a similar delivery pitched on the off stump. He forced Williamson to, probably he wanted to play inside the line of the ball, but the ball actually took the edge of the mat, and it was well taken by Butler behind the wickets, and another New Zealand batsman perished for a duck, and this time it was Kane Williamson, and that was a big wicket, and New Zealand scored, read 2 for 2 at that stage, with Tom Latham standing and watching it all from the other end, as Ross Taylor slowly strode in to join Tom Latham. And after that, we saw that slowly things started getting a bit better for New Zealand, as from 2 for 2, when Williamson departed, the score started being pushed along, but again it was done at a very the rate was pretty slow, but we did see that Tom Latham was the only one who was actually playing with any sort of confidence. He was dealing with the swing and the movement very well, but Ross Taylor continued to struggle. I mean, he was not looking pretty convincing, but yes, he definitely hit 4 boundaries as and when he got some loose stuff being served at him, and things started moving for New Zealand at that stage, with that partnership which started putting on 66 runs for the second wicket, with Latham playing some very good strokes of the bowlers, and finally when the score reached 68, it was Stuart Broad who actually broke this partnership of 66 runs for the third wicket between Tom Latham and Ross Taylor, as Ross Taylor was trapped in front of the wicket. He was LBW bowled Broad for 20 with 4 boundaries. That made it 68 for 3. And while I am talking to you, I do see that there is some real fireworks going on. As we know, Brendan McCullum is not a player who normally gets he doesn't get cowed down by the situation. So he has really turned it on here, because from 68 for 3, when Taylor departed, we saw the arrival of the New Zealand captain Brendan McCullum at the crease to join Latham, and definitely there is a good injection of runs right now, because I do see after Brendan McCullum has come onto the scene, the score has really galloped, because now we see that the score has moved on to 107 for 3 while I'm talking to you. Brendan McCullum is batting on 27 of just 13 deliveries with 4 fours and 1 6. He is absolutely playing in one-day mode. He's actually taken the attack to the English bowlers, and this would be a crucial phase of play, because he's one person who can really pull the rug out of the feet of England here, because he's not out on 27. Tom Latham has made a very well made 50. He's not out on 50 with 8 boundaries. So I'm going to take you down live. Before that, let me just have a peek at the bowling figures for the English bowlers. Anderson has been absolutely on the money. Well, he has already taken his 400 wickets in Test cricket. 7 overs, 2 maidens, 2 for 28 for James Anderson. Broad, 7 overs, no maiden, 1 for 43 has been a bit costly, but he has got the wicket of Ross Taylor. Mark Wood, 5 overs, 2 maidens, none for 20. And Ben Stokes is currently bowling 2.1 overs, 1 maiden, none for 6. And I think the Ben Stokes-Beckham battle should be a pretty interesting one. So I'm going to take you live to Headingley, Leeds, and I'm going to find out what is the current situation. As I said, when Brendan McCullum is there, fireworks are sure to follow, and it will be very interesting to see how actually the English bowlers are going to cope with Brendan McCullum, because as I said, he is one person who can really pull the game away from you. And right now I do see maybe it's a bit too early to really make any statement, but don't be surprised if Brendan McCullum is the one who has already taken the initiative, according to me, but whether he can really go the whole hog, that's the question mark now. And I'm going to take you there live and see see whether I can give you some cricket commentary while Brendan McCullum is at the crease. So let's go live to Headingley, Leeds, and find out how Brendan McCullum is doing. While I'm talking to you, I also have another match that I need to talk to you, dear fans, friends, subscribers, and that is a match which is going on right now. It's the break time there, at the Gaddafi Stadium in Lahore. That's what I see here. So what I see here is that Gaddafi Stadium in Lahore, it is break time, and this is the second one-day international which is being played between Pakistan and Zimbabwe. Well, Zimbabwe have definitely done well. They got some two important contributions today. One is from Sikandar Raza. I'm sure this was his maiden 100 in one-day internationals. I just need to check that out. So the second one-day international between Zimbabwe and Pakistan. Pakistan won the toss and they decided to put the Zimbabweans in. And Zimbabwe, I thought they have done well here to score 268 for 7. As you know, Elton Chibabha was not playing today because of the ban, and well, it was Hamilton Masakadza who went out to toss with the opposite number, that is the Pakistani captain, and it was Zimbabwe who were put into bat. Well, we definitely saw that Vusi Sibanda, the opener, really struggled, even though Chibabha was at his fluent best here. In fact, he was brought into the team today and he played a wonderful knock. And also, one curious statistics, dear friends and subscribers, and Chibabha becoming the first person in the annals of Zimbabwean test history, one day history, to be out for 99 in one-day internationals. And then Sikandar Raza, I just have to tell you that Sikandar Raza is the man who was not out on 100. This is his second one-day international century. What a stroke-filled knock from Sikandar Raza. He got an unbeaten 100 of 84 balls, 8 fours and 3 sixes, and that's what formed the Zimbabwean score of 268 for 7. Because out of the 268, if you take Sikandar Raza's 100, his second 100 in one-day internationals, and Chibabha, very unfortunately, given out when he was on 99, and probably one could say there was a lot of daylight between the bat and the ball, or one does not know whether it really hit any of his gloves or what, but unfortunately it was Chibabha deeply disappointed, I suppose, because he was just looking up at the sky, shaking his head and walking back to the pavilion, and he was given out, unfortunately. So he was gone for 99. But let me get on to the score here and just tell you what exactly happened. So I'm just getting on to this particular score of Zimbabwe and Pakistan in the second one-day international. Right now it is break time over there, and now I'm going to talk to you about this Zimbabwe, how they made 268. So as I said, it was Pakistan winning the toss, and they decided to insert the Zimbabweans in, and Zimbabwe, as I said, with only two persons making a substantial contribution. One was Chibabha, the opener, who came into the team today, and it was a good move. He made 99 very good runs. In fact, he made 99 of 100 balls. In fact, and Sikandar Raza making a second ODI century. Now, just talking about this Zimbabwean innings, Vusi Sibanda and Chibabha opened the innings, and it was a pretty tight going. I mean, in fact, the Pakistani bowlers Mohammad Sami, Anwar Ali were bowling in the right areas. Wahab Riaz, it was not so easy to actually score the runs, and we did see that they were not in a hurry at all. But Vusi Sibanda was really struggling big time. Not a boundary, not a six, and the opening partnership yielded 83 runs, out of which there was only a measly contribution from Sibanda of only 13 runs. He really struggled to time the ball today, and the Pakistani bowlers really kept him quiet. Probably it was preying on his mind that he should not be playing the hook shot and the pull shot, which has always got his wicket. Probably that was actually circling at the back of his mind. But Vusi Sibanda, I would say, finally was dismissed out of his misery there. Finally, when Mohammad Hafiz actually clean bowled him for 13. That was the first wicket that Pakistan got, and Sibanda was gone for 13 of 47 balls. A very unconvincing innings from him, but Chibabha was really playing beautifully. He was stroking the ball sweetly and fluently, and the other end Hamilton Masakadza, the captain, came and joined him, and the score went on to 114, and that was the time. In fact, the score went on to 114, and it was Yasir Shah. Then it was the time for the spinners, because the pace bowlers couldn't make an impression even though they bowled well, but it was the spinners who actually started making rapid inroads. First Mohammad Hafiz, and then it was the turn of Yasir Shah, who flighted the ball to Masakadza. Masakadza on one knee tried to slap the delivery, but in the only managed to actually give a catch to Mohammad Hafiz. So he was gone for 18 of 20 balls with 2 fours. And soon after, Sean Williams could not do much as he came down the wicket to tonk Yasir Shah, and it ended up in a cotton bowl to Yasir Shah for 5. That made it 122 for 3. Chibabha, as I said, was doing all the stroking. He was the main man for Zimbabwe, who was actually staying at the wicket over there. But other than that, I thought Zimbabwe were really struggling. And Chamu Chibabha was there, and he was actually joined by the other partner. It was I'm just going to see that. Yeah, he was joined in. That was the time he was joined in by Sikandar Raza, I suppose. Just trying to see who it was. Dear fans and subscribers. But well, as I said, Chamu Chibabha was playing beautifully. He was really striking the ball well, and it also gave him some leverage as he came down the wicket and lofted Yasir Shah for a 6. And from then on, things were when Sikandar Raza joined Chibabha, the score had reached 156. But as I said, Chibabha very unfortunately was gone. As in fact, Shoaib Malik was the bowler, and one does not know whether Chibabha he went for a sweep shot, and Chamu Chibabha was convinced that he didn't actually play onto it, but the umpire had his own doubts. He raised the finger, and Chamu Chibabha, in a very disappointed manner, had to walk back to the pavilion. What a sad thing for Chamu Chibabha. Would have got his maiden one-day international century, and he was dismissed for 99 of 100 balls, 11 fours, 1 6. But a beautiful effort from Chamu Chibabha. And then it was all Sikandar Raza. But he could not, even though he couldn't get much company from any of them, but I thought he really played well. He played some beautiful strokes, and he's such a person. He's an aggressive bloke who likes to come down the wicket and attack the spinners, and we did see that he hit 3 sixes too. Mutumbami could collect only 7 runs of 26 balls. Chris Coventry, coming to the team, made only 10 of 8 balls after smacking a 6 of Wahab Riaz in the same over. He perished in the same over. Creamer made only 2. Panyangra was not out on 4, but Sikandar Raza was there till the end as he went on to his second ODI century, and that brought Zimbabwe to 268 for 7. And as far as the bowling was concerned, Mohammad Sami, 9 overs, 1 maiden, none for 53. Anwar Ali, 9 overs, no maiden, 1 for 55. Wahab Riaz, 10 overs, 2 for 55, bowled well. Yasir Shah also did a pretty good job. No maiden, 2 for 40. Mohammad Hafiz, 6 overs, 1 for 33. Hamad Azam, 3 overs, 1 for 14. And Malik bowled 3 overs, no maiden, 1 for 13. Now, I'm going to take you back to the Investec Test Series to just see what is happening. Let's have a look at the live scorecard there as to what is happening with Brendan McCullum playing. I know it's been quite a long time since I didn't take you there, because I was talking about this Pakistan versus Zimbabwe match, but now I am heading towards the Investec Test Series at Headingley in Leeds to find out what is the latest situation, where, as I said, Brendan McCullum had just walked in, and he is someone who can totally change the complexion of the game. And let's see, let's go and see what exactly he has done. Well, I don't think there is. I have a feeling that rain has interrupted play, but I just need to check on that right now. I'm going to check on it. And just giving you one cricket update. Yesterday, the West Indies Cricket Board President 11 382 all out, which I spoke about. Australians really had a struggle. In fact, they had to really work hard for the runs, and that was pretty good stuff from the West Indies Cricket Board President's 11. And the Australians scored 205 for 6, only thanks to Sean Marsh, who went on to hit a century. Other than that, I thought Adam Bogues had a good knock there, had a good hit. and well, I'm just trying to get on live to the Headingley Leeds right now to find what is the current match situation in that second test match, which is right now underway at Headingley Leeds, where Brendan McCullum is along with Tom Latham. But please bear with me here, dear fans and subscribers. I'm just trying to get on to that right now and try to give you the scorecard as to what is happening. So other than that, well, dear fans and subscribers, cricket is something which is always going on. We know it's a year-round cricket which keeps on going. A lot of cricket matches coming up, no doubt about it. New Zealand, England, Zimbabwe, Pakistan, Australia will be getting ready to, as you know, the Australians are playing their first tour match, and now it will all things will shift to the test match arena when the West Indies and Australia will be locking horns against each other. And this West Indian team, I think West Indies are really coming up, because the West Indies Cricket Board President's 11 first did well with the bat against the mighty Australians, and now they are doing well with the ball too. So that is pretty good news as far as West Indies are concerned, and so that is some good news which is coming up. Shivnarine Chanderpaul, well, Michael Holding has echoed the feelings of Clive Lloyd, his former captain, I would say, and he has said that Chanderpaul definitely had his chances, and it's time for him to really say goodbye. Now, Brian Lara the other day, as you would remember, echoed an opposite feeling and said that he deserved, Shivnarine Chanderpaul deserves the same farewell that Sachin Tendulkar got when he was back in India, where a series was planned, and they gave a very good send-off to Sachin Tendulkar, one of the maestros of Indian batting. And I really agree with Brian Lara, because Shivnarine Chanderpaul has done yeoman service to West Indian cricket, and he's also a great player, no doubt about it. And even though one couldn't be talking in the same breath as Tendulkar, but I think he's still one of the greats. That he will definitely go down as one of the West Indies' great batsmen, Shivnarine Chanderpaul. What a plodder! I mean, in a test matches, if you want to get his wicket, you have to pay $1 million. He can really ground you to dust by just staying there for the whole day. Absolutely a rock of Gibraltar. Well, so let's have a look here. Well, I do see that there is a real sense of urgency after Brendan McCullum has come onto the wicket, as Brendan McCullum has moved on to 41 of 27. There will be 6 fours and 1 6. Tom Latham is 51 with 8 fours, and currently New Zealand are 123 for 3. So that's the match situation, dear fans, subscribers. And on this note, I think it's time for me to actually wind up this Cricket Happening show for today. And as I'm talking to you, well, it's Wood is the bowler right now. Wood is coming in and bowling to Brendan McCullum. It's a short delivery from Wood. It had a bit of pace too. In fact, Brendan McCullum was a bit harried over there, because he tried to take his eye off the ball and only managed to actually fend it away. And well, while I'm talking to you, that's tea time here at Headingley in Leeds, with New Zealand going to tea at 123 for 3. Brendan McCullum is not out 41. Latham is not out 51. And I think New Zealand have some real hard work to perform here with Brendan McCullum and Latham. Well, dear fans, subscribers, that really puts the lid on the Cricket Happening show for today, and hope to see you all tomorrow. That is on Saturdays. It's a late night Cricket Happening show, and I'll meet you. I'll be talking about both these matches, both. I'll be giving you a summary of both these matches. And also I'll be talking about tomorrow's proceedings that happens in those matches. Until then, it's goodbye this on a Friday. Thank you.